Is this bull market over, guys? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys, wherever you are on this beautiful world, whenever you're watching this video. Welcome to the Bitcoin family channel. For the newcomers, my name is Didi. We are all about to be or not to be. That's the biggest questions in life. To be or not to be with the Bitcoin letter B, of course. Guys, in today's video, awesome information in the news. I have 3 amazing charts that will show you that the bull market is over or not. Yeah, let's keep that a surprise. And yes, of course, going into the inspirational quote, yes, watch the video till the end because there will be a huge warning in this video that really is necessary for you guys all out there to see. So please don't be afraid because of the title, but I want to warn you about something that I saw on the charts. Now let's quickly jump into the news first. Bam. In the news, I'm gonna answer the question, what will happen to US dollar tether in Europe? Now that the MiCA law and all that shit, that regulations is being put on Europe, what will happen to USD? As a lot of people ask me, hey Didi, what's going to happen with USDT? Can I still use USDT? Now, let's break it down like this. There are a couple of exchanges that are delisting USDT. They will still have the possibility of USDC or DAI or any other stable currency on their platform. One of the biggest ones that delisted USDT was Coinbase. But on the other hand, we have Binance, we have Crypto.com, we have Kraken, we have probably Bybit, we have BitGet, we have Maxi, we have Bluefin, and many others are not gonna delist USDT, even not to their European clients. So there is a shitload of exchanges that still will have USDT available for you to trade. If you can't trade USDT anymore, you just trade into USDC or any other stablecoin. They will make sure there will be more pairs probably in Europe with Euro or USDC, but still, there are so many exchanges, especially ones that I am always talking about, Bybit, Bluefin, Apex Pro, etc. They will all have USDT available for their clients. Even Bitpanda already said in March, oh, we are going to delist USDT. They still have USDT online. And we're also talking about Qcoin, Maxi, BitGet, all of these guys. I have the links all down below. They are all not delisting USDT, so you don't need to worry at all. You can keep trading USDT. You just say, fuck to the MiCA, fuck to the MiCA, because we don't believe in MiCA. MiCA is like a totalitarian regime of the European Union towards their people to hate Bitcoin, to hate crypto, to tax them all out of their pockets, and they can't have any Bitcoin left that are non-KYC. You need to pay tax all over the place in Europe. So I would say, pack your bags, sell your house, go all into Bitcoin, travel to beautiful countries like Thailand or Mexico or wherever else in the world where they embrace Bitcoin and where you will be not seen as a lunatic, but you will be appreciated as a Bitcoiner to visit their country and to spend your Bitcoins all over the place. Even want to buy real estate with it or whatever you want, you're welcomed warmly here in Thailand. Not only by the climate, but also by the people. So what you should be doing is what I said yesterday in that post, in my tweet. That tweet went viral, 1.2 million views. I told them, I sold my house at 300 Bitcoin. At the moment, we will be able to buy that house back with the increase of the pricing of the housing for 4 Bitcoins. As the house was 300K, is now 400K. I will be able to buy it back with 4 Bitcoins. And yes, if I would have kept those euros on my bank account, I wouldn't be able to even buy back that house at the moment. While with Bitcoin, I'm able now to buy 25 houses back in those 7 years' time. That is the power of Bitcoin, and that is also what you should understand. So that should make it a little bit more easy for you tonight to go to a beautiful dinner with your wife and tell your wife, tomorrow we're selling our house, our cars, everything else we own, like everything. We just go all into Bitcoin for this last part of the bull market. If that's still gonna happen, we will see in the charts, and then we will just go and travel and live in those countries that really welcome Bitcoiners. And we're not gonna pay 6 euros anymore for a liter of milk or 12 euro for a toasty. We're just gonna pay like 1 euro for the milk and 2 euros for the toasty in the beautiful country like Thailand. So yes, my beautiful wife, the advantage of all in Bitcoin means you can go shopping way more than now. Now, That's how you convince your wife. Now let's jump into the charts, guys, to see how all the news is reflecting on the Bitcoin price as we, yes, saw a dip, a huge crash of 10%, 108 to almost 99K, almost a 10% crash during a bull market. Let's see what that means for the rest of the bull. Okay, there we are, guys. The first chart. Coffee with a Bitcoin spoon. What more do we want? Zen. Calm down. I will take a sip and we'll go into the charts. Amazing coffee. Now, let's all calm down. Stop freaking out. Start zooming out. I'm gonna try and help you today. Zoom out. Start with calming down. This is the first chart. This is a 4-hour chart. On my 4-hour chart, I was bragging about my sloppy hand target being correct again, and yes, I was correct. Check this green line, this over there. I drew that a couple of weeks ago with my sloppy hands. I said, guys, we're gonna go up and we're gonna make a top somewhere. Yeah, we can see here the top. Come down, go up, come down, go up sideways, and somewhere we will break out to this level of 108, 109, 110,000, and then see a pullback to these levels over there again here, that yellow support area there. Now that is what we are seeing at the moment. So we are seeing at the moment this area happening. And yes, we will see a Bitcoin price pulling up again. And can we then again see a Bitcoin price just around Christmas or after Christmas pulling back to that 95K or even here to 85K? Everything is possible in the bull market. Is it probable? At the moment, we are very bullish in the market. This support area is holding very strong around 100K. Let's see what will happen, but I will take you by the hand through a couple of charts to give you a better morning feeling than you're having at the moment, because you think, oh, this bull market is over, Bitcoin is crashing to zero, we are gonna die. If we zoom out to a daily chart, does that make you freak out as well? I think this one makes you feel a little bit more relaxed, because we can see we had a golden cross on the day chart over there. We can see RSI, went even higher. We came down below the 70 line now. We are going to the midline, which is a normal correction, just like we saw over there. We came back to the midline in the RSI as well. RSI here, top, midline as well. After that, we kept going higher. These corrections are necessary. This beautiful red candle there, yes, amazing. Now we have 20 more hours to create a green candle again. Or maybe we'll even fall back to these levels of 91K, that massive green support line I've been talking about many times during my videos. I told you this green line has been very important during all the bull markets. That could be the support if we pull back. Are we freaking out? No, we are zooming out. We don't give a damn about that. Now, I will give you some more amazing charts, guys, to keep it a little bit more calm. Let's go into the weekly. On the weekly, is this making you bearish? Just check how beautiful this chart is. Over here, I circled this amazing green candle with a long wick, a red one with a long wick, putting us up there. Another beautiful body, long wick. This is the first weekly candle that's going to close in 3 days. So we have 3 more days to make it less bearish. Like if we close the body a little bit higher, then again, that's a bullish candle. But also on the weekly, we can see the RSI slowly pulling back a little bit. We need a correction. Here, we can see the MACD coming back a little bit. We need a correction. I've been telling you all the week, do take your profits. A correction could be happening. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't predict the future when exactly, but you can see when the market starts to become overheated and we need a correction to pick up some other liquidity a little bit lower, guys. Now, that is exactly what we are doing at the moment. So in the weekly, this doesn't look bearish to me at all. Now, the most important chart for all of you when it comes to telling if the top is in or not is the next chart. And there is one line that will tell you, hey, the top is in or could be in. But another line is telling you, nah, it isn't. So let's jump into the charts to show you what I mean, okay? Now, That chart that I'm referring to is a chart that I've been sharing with a lot of you already for months, even years. It is this chart. This is my top and bottom chart. Today I drew this green line extra on the chart. Why? Because yesterday a very good friend of mine, Crypto Chris, made a video that the top could be around 120k. And I can only agree with him if I draw this line myself. If I draw the line and it will be touching here the pi cycle top, there the pi cycle top, and here the pi cycle top, you can see, that is where the pi cycle top was. Now I extend it from there. So then I can agree with him that this line could end up somewhere around that 120k level, which would mean that the bull market top is almost in. You are at 100,000 level, so it's another 20k. If we have this regression trend line, then we would have the top. If we though look at the bigger models, that's the purple and the blue lines on the back, these are the lines that you should be dollar cost averaging in and out in. I will now delete this green line because bam, that's gone. These are the areas that normally people buy, in the blue one, buy, and you sell around the purple area. The purple line is 185,000 US dollar. Because maybe now you start to understand why I have continuously said my bull market top is going to be somewhere between 120 and 160k. All of these charts with these lines are the reason for that. Yes, we can go to 500k if we get really bullish and if all the countries all over the world start to accumulate Bitcoin, etc., etc., etc. But if we look at realistic at TA, then these lines are telling us, hey, it could also mean we can only go to 190k. Yes, maybe even 300k, but could also be only 190k, or even at 120k if we calculate a short-term regression line. Now, another indication that the bull market top is in has been for a very long time already the pi cycle top. This red thing over there, that's the pi cycle top. The pi cycle top will appear when the 111-day moving average and the 350-day moving average will cross again. That's not happened yet. That's why we don't see a pi cycle top. That's also an indication, hey, the top is not in. Then secondly, if we look back to the dates, normally the top is around 500 days after the halving, which would bring us to September 2025. Look back in history. Here, the halving, around 500 days later, bull market top. That was in 2017. Here, the halving in 2020, then we get 500 days later, bull market top in 2021. Now again the halving, 500 days later, will bring us to September 2025. Now, if we also look at the bottom here, this one, then we have the 12 multiple and the MVRV score. We are not even near this purple line. That is the line where the bull market mostly tops out. Also this one, we are not near that purple line. That's where the market tops out. So in my opinion, there are mixed signals, but most of the signals tell us, hey, this bull market is far by being over. And yes, 120k could be a top for the short term, but the long term 2025, if we just do and repeat what we have always been doing in the last bull markets, the top will be exactly at that green circle, around that 160k-ish level, guys. And if you want to have access to this chart, we have way more cool stuff on it. I will show you one more thing. Now I changed a little bit and I added this one over here, guys. Why? Because I think this is very important. These are the dollar cost average in and out zones. So if you play this game right, you buy all the time when we see the Bitcoin price in this green area. That's when you keep buying, keep buying. You don't care about the price. Here you bought at 23k, here you bought at 17k and 16k, here you bought at 30k, here you bought even still at 45k. You don't care. Every time when we dip into this area, you buy. Now we are here at 100k. The moment we start to enter this red area, in history is the moment you should start to dollar cost average out. That bottom line at the moment is around 120K, guys. So from those levels, you should start to take profit. All the way up to maybe that top over here, 250K, in my opinion, 160K, that's the midline there, that red line. So this chart is also very important to understand. So for me, it's very clear, the bull market top is not in. Could it be in because of the regression line? It could, but then still we need to touch that 100K level. And be aware, guys, this chart is on a 3-day chart, so every candle is 3 days. That were the charts for today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed those charts, guys. Yes, we don't have a glass ball. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't predict the future. If we repeat the past, the bull market top will be somewhere in September 2025. Does that mean one line straight up like this? Like some things of you also were straight up like this last night? No, that's not what Bitcoin does. Bitcoin always goes from here, up, comes down, goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down. Guess where we are now? We are now in a come down area. So from 108K, 10% would go down below 100K. 20% would go down below even 90K. Could that happen? Yes, that would be completely normal in a bull market to happen. Do I expect a 20% dip? At the moment, we are seeing like 10 to 15% dips as there is a lot of bullishness in the news, but also in the market. United States wants to buy 1 million Bitcoins. Russia wants to buy 1 million Bitcoins. Other countries want to start accumulate Bitcoins. Then we have MicroStrategy that wants to buy more and more Bitcoins. Then we have BlackRock and all the other ETFs that want to buy more and more Bitcoins. And then we still have the retail stepping in that also wants to buy more and more Bitcoins. So do I expect a huge pullback at this part of the market? Not at all. I expect a beautiful 10 to 15, maybe even 20% correction before we go up again. Normally this correction happens in the first week of January, like I told you guys. That would be the biggest correction over there. Mostly between 7 and 15 January, that is where we always saw a correction. Now, is it now this time we did make an all-time high also before the halving. Normally we make it after the halving. So maybe this correction is coming now already in December. We all don't know, we all don't care, because in my honest opinion, the bull market is not over. We haven't seen the Pi cycle top, we haven't seen the top in the MVRVZ, we haven't seen the top in the Powell multiple, we haven't seen the top in anything yet but one trend line. One chart that I showed you with that trend line, we are almost reaching that top. And that top is between 120 and 26,000 US dollar. That is also the chart why I've been telling you from the beginning of the bull market, guys, my top will be between 120 and 160,000 US dollar. And people told me crazy, people would say it could do 500K or to 1 million. I always said, that is my target. And I will start to take profit already around 100,000 US dollar, like I sold a little bit of Bitcoin. 110, I will sell a little bit of Bitcoin. 120, I will sell a little bit of Bitcoin, all the way to 160,000 US dollar, which is my bull market top target for 2025. So don't worry too much. There is proof on the charts, yes, that we could be topping out around 120K, but there is also proof on the charts that we haven't topped out yet because the indicators are not flashing yet. And I will start to cash out when the indicators tell me to cash out. If you want to know more about these indicators, then come join us at didibambam.me for all the education and information, and become a VIP, and you get extra access to cool content, videos, but also charts, etc, etc, etc. Now, that was everything for the charts. Let's jump into the inspirational quote now. For the inspirational part, guys, I'm not going to do a quote, as I've done a lot of quotes. I'm going to talk about the tweet yesterday. Why do I think Bitcoin is better than real estate? This is the reason why I think that Bitcoin is better than real estate, guys. When you are in real estate, you're thinking about, which paint shall I use? Which furniture shall I buy? Which mortgage do I need to pay? What all of that stuff you need to think about in real estate, and you're hoping for a 5% profit a year. This, while being in Bitcoin, during a cup of coffee, you can be up 200%. Like, the effort for being in Bitcoin is almost zero. The return on investment for being in Bitcoin is unlimited. That's why I prefer to be in Bitcoin over real estate. Real estate gives you so many worries, so many things, so many laws to obey, so many stuff to do, so many people to talk to, so many toilets to clean, so many shit that you should be doing for a little bit of profit. I'm talking about real estate as a profit, not like as a home. This can't be compared to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is sitting there doing nothing and is making 200 to 500% every bull market cycle. Aside of that, I don't believe in real estate anymore. Real estate is an investment of the 80s, the 90s, the 70s. Old-fashioned investment at the moment that we were having a baby boom. That's why we call them the boomers. A lot of people were fucking, creating children, and not too many people were too old, so we needed more real estate, so we invested in building more property so that people could live there. If we look at the future now, do we see the same future? We have an aging problem all over the world. People getting older and older and older. Even the pension funds can't pay the people anymore because there's too many old people. These old people normally at a certain age, they die. So we don't need real estate anymore for those people. On the other hand, we could fuck more and make more children, but we're not doing that. An average family nowadays has 1.3 kids or maybe 2 kids on average. So there's no baby boom, there's not new people coming into the world that will have the need to buy a house. So in the future, in my opinion, the demand for houses is going to decrease tremendously. The supply is still increasing because people still believe in real estate investment and they keep putting money in investments in real estate, so more and more apartments, condos, houses, villas, whatever they are building, but we have less and less people. And if there's one thing that I learned through my economical education is that when the supply is increasing but the demand is decreasing, the only thing that can happen is a price crash. Boom! Back down there, because we can all choose out of so many houses to buy or rent that they need to come down with the price. That is what I think about the future of real estate. So why would you still be investing in real estate while you can now take your overvalue still at a very beautiful price, because we haven't topped out yet in real estate, but you can take a shitload of overvalue, take that overvalue that you earned, put it in another asset, Bitcoin, that is outperforming real estate. Your Bitcoin capital will grow way more fast than your capital in real estate with 5% a year. Bitcoin on average 40% a year. That's 8 times the return of investment of real estate. And at the same time, while being in Bitcoin, you can use a little bit of this Bitcoin, because you're making a shitload of profit. Let's say 1x, instead of 8x you take 7x, so 1x of the profits you take, to rent the most beautiful real estate all over the world, wherever you want, whenever you want. Be free. I think Bitcoin is the gateway to freedom. I think real estate just gets you fixed to location. That's why they sell it like that. Location is important, location is important, location, 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 location. In Bitcoin, our location is the moon. Which one sounds more fun and more adventurous? Location. You want to be stuck the rest of your life in that same location, with that same fence, with that same grass, with that same view, with the same supermarket around the corner, with the same cashier that you're going to say hello, good morning every day to, with the same bakery. Is that your plan for the future? Then please stay in that real estate. If your plan for you and your family are to discover the world, to enjoy and discover other places, to have a little bit more of adventure before you settle down, like between 40 and 60, you can live a very adventurous, really cool life all over the world, testing if there is not a beautiful or better country where you could stay the last part of your life. If you want that, then you should go into Bitcoin. You have the gateway to freedom. Your capital will be growing while you will be traveling and discovering the world. And then from 55 or 50 or 60, you will be like, okay, this is the place I really love to stay the rest of my life. And you stay there. Your capital will allow you to buy a shitload of houses. I am now able, because we went all into Bitcoin, sold the house at 300K for 100 Bitcoins. At the moment, I can buy that same house for 4 Bitcoins, even when that house increased in price, which means at the moment I can buy back 25 houses You will have that same opportunity if you just start to understand and educate yourself about Bitcoin and store of value of assets like gold or any other precious metal that will outperform real estate, that will outperform your saving accounts on your bank, that will outperform any other asset. Bitcoin is the king of the last decade, and Bitcoin will be the king of the next decade. Will there be something else after that? That's all possible. But at that time, around 2036 to 2040, the year 2036, 2040. If you want to plan ahead, I believe Bitcoin is going to be between $1 million and $10 million per Bitcoin. So getting in at 100K dips at the moment could make you a legend in the future. You know, you could have bought a house in 2017 for 300K and you would now be a proud homeowner that has an increase of almost 10 or 20% of profits in 7 years' time. Or you could have bought Bitcoin in 2017 and you would be now referred to as a legend. Yes, and in the future your children will be referring to you as the legend that made sure that I don't need to work anymore. That's what your kids will say if you now go into Bitcoin. Now, that was everything for today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy today's video, give the video a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, always leave a comment. To be or not to be, it is all up to you and me. Now make your choice. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow again at a beautiful live on Friday. Bam!